In this video, how to get Mexican citizenship if you have Mexico-born parents. If your parents were born in Mexico, you are entitled to Mexican citizenship. A lot of people don't realize this. So today we're diving into a topic that's super exciting for those with Mexican roots. How to get Mexican citizenship if you have parents who were born in Mexico. This is one of the easiest and fastest ways to claim citizenship, and it comes with a ton of benefits. So if you've ever thought about reconnecting with your heritage or enjoying the perks of dual citizenship, keep watching. So first off, why choose Mexican citizenship? Let's kind of start with why you'd want to become a Mexican citizen. First, there's no downside really, because you don't have to renounce your existing citizenship if you're American or Canadian or most Western countries that are probably watching this. You don't have to renounce. You'll simply be adding a second nationality, a second passport, right? So there's a lot of benefits to a second passport. There's even another video on this channel you can search up saying the benefits of a second passport, right? Because there's the benefits of Mexican citizenship specifically, and then there's the benefits of any dual citizenship, right? So you're also going to gain full rights in Mexico. You can vote, you can own property without restrictions, you can even hold public office. You also get a very powerful passport allowing visa-free or visa on arrival access to over 160 countries, including the EU's Schengen area. People don't realize how good the visa-free access for the Mexican passport is because it doesn't have visa-free USA. But the rest of the world, it's very solid. And Mexico actually has a number of places that, like a complementary countries that you don't have with the US or with Canada. For example, you'll get visa-free Russia. You'll get 180 days visa-free to Dubai, to the UAE. Whereas for Americans and Canadians, it's what, like 60 days, 90 days maybe? With a Mexican passport, you get 180 days UAE, one of the only countries in the world with that, right? So there's a couple places where Mexican passport actually fills in more visa-free coverage for you. Another benefit or no-brainer aspect to this is there's no residency requirements for claiming citizenship if you qualify through your parents. So it doesn't matter where you live now. You don't have to spend a certain amount of time in Mexico. You don't have to visit a certain amount of times. This actually can be done fully remotely from the nearest embassy in, say, Canada or the US or wherever you're living now. And then another, softer aspect is the emotional connection. Becoming a citizen of the country where your parents are from is a beautiful way to honor your heritage as well. Now let's talk about the eligibility requirements, okay? To claim Mexican citizenship through your parents, you need to meet these conditions. One, at least one parent must be Mexican born. It doesn't matter if they no longer live in Mexico or hold another nationality. You just have to have a parent that was born in Mexico. Number two, you're going to need your birth certificate as well as this birth certificate should list your parents' name to prove the direct connection. Number three, you're going to need your parents' Mexican birth certificate. This document is crucial to show their citizenship. And you can get additional documents as well, like you can get baptismal records. There's a couple different records from Mexico that you're going to be able to get. Now, I know a lot of people are going to have trouble getting those documents from Mexico. We have MyLatinLife, we have a team on the ground in Mexico that can get documents for you from any state in Mexico. We can get birth certificates, baptismal records, this, that, the other thing. So hit us up. You can purchase our service to help you with Mexican citizenship, or you can just book a call with us to become a client and kind of map out your situation and make a game plan. So you kind of have two options for working with us to start making a reality, okay? And then eligibility requirement number 4, if you're over 18, you'll need valid government issued ID from your current country of residence, right? So wherever you're living currently, just make sure you have some ID, could be a passport or even a driver's license or some sort of valid ID from the country that you're living in. Okay, so again, Mexico-born parent, your birth certificate, your parents' Mexican birth certificate, and another form of government ID for yourself. Okay, now let's talk about the application process specifically and breaking it down step by step. So number 1, we need to gather your documents. Your birth certificate needs to be properly apostilled and translated into Spanish if it's not already in Spanish. You'll need your parents' Mexican birth certificate, your official ID and proof of address. This could be from your country of residence. And you'll also need recent passport-sized photos. Make sure it's the size for Mexican passports specifically. Number 2, you're going to need an appointment at a Mexican consulate or embassy, okay? And it can be pretty hard to make these appointments. You know, it's hard to get in touch with the embassies and everything. And MyLatinLife, we can help you get the appointments, coordinate that for you. We do it a lot for Mexico residency as well. We have a lot of videos about residency on our channel. People come to us for help getting Mexico residency, and people constantly complain that they can't get appointments. We are able to get appointments because we kind of live and breathe this stuff. So this applies for citizenship as well. We can help you make the appointment. Then you will submit your application, right? Fill out the application form, submit all the required documents. You'll pay the fee. The fees are minimal for citizenship by descent, but there's a small fee. You'll probably need to attend an appointment, an in-person appointment, where they'll take your fingerprints, verify your identity, and confirm your application details. Then what's going to happen is once approved, you'll receive your citizenship certificate, your certificate of Mexican nationality. This is what makes you a citizen, really. It's not actually the passport. People think it's the Mexican passport. It's actually the citizenship certificate. A passport is just a travel document. So with the citizenship certificate, you can then apply for a Mexican passport as well as a CURP, which is your Mexican ID number. CURP is C-U-R-P, by the way. Cool. So how long does this process take? Well, one of the best things about this process is how quick it is. Citizenship by descent applications often take just a few weeks to a few months. However, processing times may vary depending on the consulate or the office that you use, so plan ahead. So the other important piece there is also collecting the documents. And where a lot of people get stuck is maybe they give up because they can't find their parents' birth certificate, or, and we haven't talked about this yet, maybe there's a mismatch in the names between maybe the way that your parents' names are written on their birth certificate versus how it's written on your birth certificate. And if there's any inconsistency in the names, that's going to have to be fixed. That might mean amending one of the certifications. That might mean getting other proof, what's called one in the same proof, that it's the same person on the two documents. And we can help with those strategies and those more complicated cases, but something that you really want to pay a close attention to detail on. Making sure all the birth dates match, the first names, the middle names, the last names, that everything matches correctly. Back to benefits of dual citizen, just wanted to elaborate on that a little bit more. So once you have the Mexican passport in hand, you'll be able to live, work, and study freely in Mexico. You'll be able to travel easily with the Mexican passport. You'll be able to pass Mexican citizenship to your children, continuing the family connection to Mexico. And at very least, you can pass residency, if not citizenship. It's a more complicated topic, how citizenship by descent across many generations, but at very least, you'll be able to pass residency, if not citizenship. Another fun benefit is you'll be able to avoid visas and immigration processes when staying in Mexico long term. And when you arrive in Mexico at the airport, you can take the Mexicans line, which is often shorter than the internationals line. Cool. So some tips for a smooth process. Double check your documents for accuracy. Make sure names, dates, and places match across all paperwork. Start early if you're planning to use your Mexican citizenship for something specific, like applying for a passport or moving to Mexico. And also, if you're not fluent in Spanish, consider getting a trusted translator to help with the forms and communication. And by the way, MyLatinLife can help with that as well. We can kind of be your overall coordinator of this process. There's a link in the description where you can order the service. We don't charge very much money, so it's kind of a no-brainer to just eliminate the guesswork from this whole process. So we do this every week, every day, and we know what works. We know what the consulates are looking for. We know what gets people denied. We know how to collect the documents. We know how to make the appointments. So if you are entitled to Mexican citizenship because one of your parents was born in Mexico, highly recommend ordering our service or just booking a call with us, and we can kind of evaluate your situation and make a plan of attack here. Cool. So that's it. Claiming Mexican citizenship through your Mexican-born parents is straightforward, affordable, and comes with incredible benefits. If you qualify, this is an amazing way to connect with your roots and also opens up new opportunities for yourself and your family, not just in Mexico, but actually worldwide. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content on immigration, citizenship, and global living, especially in Latin America. And drop your comments and questions below in the comments section. We'd love to help. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Hasta luego.